Warning. Pro Tri News is a podcast with different opinions, knowledge, and possibly fake news about triathlon racing. This podcast is for entertainment purposes only, and some stories may be dramatized for comedic effect. Enjoy.
Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Pro Tri News. I'm your host, Kyle Glass, joined by Patrick Lemieux, Mark Matthews, and Talbot Cox to discuss all things triathlon from the pro rankings and beyond. Without further ado, everyone, how are we doing? Mark, you're a day ahead of us. How's tomorrow look?
Tuesday morning. Tuesday morning is glorious weather. It's hot as hell here. I tell you, if this was the weather pre-Kona, you could do a Kona training camp here. It's that sort of humidity, minus the drivers that we had on the roads yesterday. Australian drivers are honestly as bad as the US in the bad places in the US. Like mostly they're all right, and then you just get the odd guy in a truck that won't give you a millimeter and tries to nudge you off the road. So I think if you haven't trained down here, I wouldn't be doing it. But actually, great camp, and we're off to New Zealand next week.
Dude, I watched Johnny and Alistair get into, I'm not going to say physical altercation. I watched something transpire on the roads in Noosa that was insane. I was actually recording Alistair, following him, and this guy ran Johnny off the road. It was crazy.
And that's when Alistair chased him, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, if you know Alistair, there was only ever one outcome. He was going to lose his rag and chase him. That's the only way that works.
Oh,
if
crazy.
we've seen him in a chase back of triathlon. I can't imagine how he'd do with a driver of a car.
Yeah, not well is the answer.
Yeah. Pat, how you doing?
No, I mean, I think just rebounded from last week's big show. I mean, we had an amazing, I think it was a well-earned break, and then we came out swinging last week, and I'm really excited for this week's pod.
Nice. So if you didn't go back and listen to last week, we kind of split up I'd say our preview show into two episodes. So part one, we talked about kind of the race organizations, and then part two now is going to be like the athletes. So we're going to kind of fill in some gaps and fill in some spaces here of like, who are we going to see where, who's hot now, who's going to get hot later, who's going to be the person that's 16th in Oceanside and then wins Kona this year. So we've got a good show for you guys. The race that happened last weekend, Mark, you want to hit us out with it?
Yeah, it was the 20th anniversary of Challenge Wanaka, a real classic on the Challenge circuit. And it delivered a good race because both races came down to a crunch in the run. Jack Moody took the men's and Tamara Jewett ran 9 minutes into the field to take the women's. And in the second and third spot, there was a sprint finish. And then I guess you can always check the results on the Pro Triathlon website. But the other one for us is a big fan of the pod. Rather, I should say we're a big fan of him. Dylan McNeice came out of retirement. He's won this race 3 times, and he came out of retirement as an age grouper and got it done. So well done, Dylan.
I clicked on the men's results real quick to see. I was like, wait, he races a pro athlete?
No, Talbot. No,
he had
a great day. He had a great day out. He participated, is what I think anyone that has once been good, really good, and comes into a field, they don't want their results looking up. They just want to say, did it. And Dylan, he did it.
Yeah, good on him. That's awesome.
One of those guys.
Should out of respect, though, should the T100 on the stats.protriathletes.org update this result in Dylan's profile?
No,
I think so.
100%.
Just for the banter. Except Dylan carries a lot of sway there. I reckon he could shut that down pretty quick.
I would be embarrassed. Dylan is absolutely a top dude, but they do need to update this for him.
I guess to everyone, Dylan McNeice is a former pro. He is a partner in the Race Ranger organisation, so he had a lot to do with that. But the reason we have the most touch points with him is he is like the pro athlete liaison manager at T100, and he does a banging job. So that's in case you didn't know who we're talking about. Should we go into some actual pros then? Some real athletes, not that joker Dylan? All right, cool. So we were discussing how we would break this week's show down. Because the problem with nowadays is you used to have Ironman athletes And then you had short course athletes, right? And the Ironman athletes would all try and race Kona. They'd probably race 70.3 worlds, and you would just guess which races they're going to do along the way to get there. And then the short course guys would race the short course World Series. But now you've got T100 thrown into the middle, and you have athletes that step between short course and T100, and then athletes that step between T100, 70.3, and even Ironman for some of them. So it actually makes it really difficult for people like us to work out, like, what are we forecasting? Who are we predicting? Because we don't even know what they're going to do. Some athletes make it helpful. They either only do one thing, like Sam Laidley, right? It's pretty obvious Sam Laidley will qualify an Ironman somewhere. He'll probably do Roth, and then he'll focus on Kona. And then you have other athletes like, let's say, a Kate Woff. Now, it gets a bit tricky because she's probably going to do some short course racing, but we know her focus will be T100 to win again. But those in the middle get tricky. So should we start with T100?
You think Kate's just going to focus strictly on T100 this year? That's definitely a debate because, I mean, the British women, as we know, with it going into an Olympic period, is super strong. Like, you have Georgia Taylor Brown, who's not even, she has to go race a World Cup to get enough points to be able to even do some WTCS races. So it's like, Kate can't get lackadaisical about WTCS racing. She can't just sit here and be like, oh, I'm just going to do all T100. It's crazy.
I think what you've identified there is something we struggle with. Who is a T100 athlete? Just. We have short course athletes. We have long distance athletes. I couldn't think off the top of my head. That's why I picked Kate.
Yeah.
Who is Rico Bogan? But I think Rico should bloody do an Ironman.
He's a 70.3 world champion.
Yeah, I know, but he didn't race any 70. He only raced T100 last year. So help me out. Who is a T100 athlete?
Mika Newt, yeah. Yeah, that's a fair shout.
So I think we could look at somebody like him. What about, give me on the women's side, like a Sarah Perez-Sala? Like, I just think of her as a T100 athlete.
Yeah, but I'm looking for athletes that are going to impact the top 3 spots regularly and are going to feature in the series at the end, you know.
Julie Durand, Julie Durand maybe, because she got second at the Olympics in Paris. Like, maybe she's like, oh, I'm good. I got an Olympic medal. I'm good.
But then the problem with Julie Durand is she did Ironman Victoria last year to qualify for Kona. She went to that well-known and established and regulated training camp facility in Guam to get ready for Kona, and then didn't quite make Kona. So has she still got something to prove on the long distance? Like, I don't know.
That's fair. Ash Gentle, she's a T100 athlete.
Yep.
Middle distance athlete.
Is she even racing it? I'm not convinced she's even on the. I'm not convinced she's going to race Gold Coast.
Yeah. That's fair.
For good reasons we will all be happy about, hopefully. I don't know. But
yeah,
I
agree.
Know. So Kate Woff, Taylor Knibb, what's she? These are all T100 girls right now. So Kate Woff, we think will do some T100, but like Carl says, she probably has to do some short course as well.
Yeah.
Taylor Knibb? My understanding is she wants the Olympics again. So what's she doing?
I think she's doing a little bit of everything. I would speculate and say she cares more about cycling worlds. I mean, I'm not her agent or anything, but I would speculate and say she cares more about cycling world championship and qualifying for that than she does racing T100 circuit.
I think the question was that we were trying to hone in on, though, who's going to focus and be a T100 athlete this year? Right?
Just so we're clear, Pat, we are going to come back to Taylor Knibb and make wild speculations about her, no matter how much you try and steer us away from it. But okay,
I think that this is going to be a breakout year for the T100 in the sense that there will be some refocusing on that series given the way that they've restructured the prize money, right? I think that they're going to make some things easier to jump into, and there will be some more tier 1 athletes, probably more notable on the men's side, because I actually think the women's fields were quite good most of the time last year.
Yeah, agree.
So I think that's what we're going to see, and we're going to start to see that in Gold Coast. But I think for the other races that are based around Europe or that a little bit easier to get to, even these ones in the back end of the year in the Middle East, you're going to see athletes that are poking in and going, I'd like to make 50 grand, right? I think I can go do it. And I think on the men's side, now we're not going to see somebody like a Christian Blumenfeld focus on the T100, but I think if he sniffs an opportunity, he's going to take it, right? And I even think, like, do we see a Casper hop in there? And that's what I'm excited for about in the series is, do we see those kind of people that look at it and go, hey, I want to put my hand up and go do it now, right?
It's something interesting, though, when you look at someone like Kate, think you're going to see a lot of athletes, and I'm glad that Mark brought it up on what is a T100 athlete. There's going to be a lot of those athletes you see this year that dabble back and forth between World Triathlon and T100 that if they have their legs, and I think things are going pretty good for them, Kate Waugh being a perfect example, I could see her being like, I did the Olympic thing. I got 14th place. I'm making good money now. An athlete that hasn't made the Olympics, I could see them being like, I want to make the Olympic team. I'm going back to chase the dream again. I could see Kate Waugh, though. You're walking away with 400, 500,000 at the end of the year. You ain't making that in short course. I could see her staying. I could see this completely taking her from the GB team. Not taking her from it. I mean, GB, they ain't hurting for many athletes. But I could see some athletes being like, I'm pretty comfortable. I don't know if I'm going to go back. They'll dabble once or twice, and then if they don't have good results, I could see them just saying, screw it.
Now, I think you're right about that. Would you put GTB, Georgia Taylor Brown, in that same bucket? Because I think she can be a consistent podium athlete at the T100.
She's the most decorated female Olympic athlete of all time.
So is Johnny Brownlee, not Alistair.
Won at relay. I mean,
it's Johnny Brownlee. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
However.
Female athlete.
Okay, female athlete.
Okay.
What I wonder though is because I don't think Kate Waugh looks at the Olympics and thinks I can win a medal in the individual. Probably not. Like it's just the 10K run pace she has never quite shown. She's super good, but not that like it's a good chance. But GB now have a real gold medal shot in the relay again because we have Alex Yee, but we've also got two good guys coming through. Like, who's the younger guy that just won a World Cup for us? Really, really good coming through. I'm blanking on his name. Help me out.
Connor Bentley?
Connor Bentley. So Connor Bentley's coming up. You're such a nerd, Kyle, but I love it. He's coming through, and then we've got a couple more men. So we actually have a men's side. Then you still have Beth Potter. I think Sian Rainsley's coming back. She had some good results last year. You've got GTB and you've got Kate Waugh. Like we have some resilience in the relay. So if you're Kate, I think the only reason you go back to the Olympics is to try and bag a relay gold or silver, not the individual.
Yeah. I don't think it was Connor Bentley. I think it was someone else.
I think it was. I think you're right, but
okay. So then, where does that leave us? What other women did we forget there that we think? Because what you guys were kind of thinking of was that IRONMAN to T100 range.
Jess Learmoth.
I'm still thinking of who's going to be flirting with short course and then wants to kind of try their hand and move up that way.
There's the one that I think will win.
Taylor Spivey.
I think I'm going to throw him out there. Win Gold Coast. I think Fulliger.
Jess Fulliger.
Jess Fulliger from the UK. So she won Noosa. She's a short course athlete. She's only done like one middle distance race ever, which was like Noosa, and she won it or non-draft. She's starting on the Gold Coast race. That's someone I think will step from short course to middle distance this year and do really, really well.
And then what about, I think there's a pile of German women too that we're forgetting about, whether it's like a Tanja Neuber,
Lena Meisner.
I mean, I think like those women have the opportunity and the chance to step up and go, okay, I'm going to flirt with this distance and try it out. And I think that they could actually have some impact there.
Well, there's like 19 of them as well that are super good, the short course Germans. If they come through in one big group, it'd be like an absolute blitzkrieg on the T100.
Oh my.
Because they are super good. When they race, you always see like a sweep of 4 or 5 of them,
yes.
You know?
Yeah.
So is that making the cut? Is that making the show?
That's appropriate. Yes, that can.
Yeah, excellent. Okay,
that
good.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Happy with that.
Our German audience may not like it, but it is what it is.
Oh, no, you've got to embrace it. It's good.
The other, just looking ahead to this start list for the Gold Coast, someone that may just be a T100 athlete, Danielle Francesco.
Right,
have you
bullshit.
heard of this person?
Right, fucking. Why? How has she got to start?
That's what I'm wondering.
She hasn't done triathlon in 3 years. She's not done a triathlon, and when she did, she weren't that good. She's a good cyclist.
Her last World Triathlon race was 6 years ago, and she was 30th at like a World Cup in Wollongong.
I don't want to be the guy that says it, but is it because she's a camera-worthy cyclist they can tell a story about that they've given her this start? Because it ain't because of her. It's
I
not her
posted
triathlon
this
pedigree.
on I posted this on a Slow Twitch forum, just being like, is there really not anyone ranked in the top 100 that they could give this start to on either side of the world rankings or on the WTC or the World Triathlon rankings? There's no one else that they could give this start to rather than giving it to a cyclist. Like, maybe she's going to prove us wrong, but I saw that name and I was like, who the heck is that? And I'm a pretty big nerd in triathlon, and I've never heard of this person in my life.
So what we're back to.
But maybe she's going to be this T100 athlete.
We're back to some murkiness around how they're doing the starts, right?
Yeah.
But then is she even on it? Have they just made a mistake and inserted a random name? Because Meg McDonald's name was on that start list and is absolutely had never any intention of going or racing. I think what they have to do is, by the rules of World Triathlon, they have to get a start list out, right? They have to do it by a certain date. They don't have the athletes. They're like, sod it, just put Meg on. She won't mind. And they just bang the name on and they push the start list out because, I don't know.
Yeah. I think
we'll seek some clarification on that. I think it's important.
Natalie Van Coverden, she could be a T100 athlete.
She could be. Yeah, she's 70.3 through and through now. That kind of range of distance.
She hangs in that middle distance.
She chased that Olympic dream forever, and she got it. And I mean, I think she could have a really good 70.3 career. It'd be fun to watch her and Ellie go at it again.
Yeah, there isn't much love lost there, is there?
No.
I think
not at all.
They should just put them side by side on every start pontoon. It was a random draw. It was like they used to do with Holly and Ellie. It was a random draw, guys.
You know how they have those sit-down interviews? You know, they just need to do a room of Ellie and Natalie. No,
that would
I don't
be
think
a Sam Long and Sam Laidlow 2.0.
I saw that Imogen Simmons is back on the Gold Coast start list.
Yep. That's
so
she's.
I'm wondering what she'll get up to this year. What makes me interested in that is she did a training camp in Kona. I saw on social media. So what do we expect from her? Maybe
is a training camp in Kona the thing to do now?
It's absolutely not the thing to do. I think she's just got some friends that are age groupers that were going as part of a club. Because
like everyone, I heard Martin Van Riel's going. I think Lionel's going to go. He probably just bought a house out there at this point. He's out there about once a week. Sam Long's going out there. All these athletes going out there.
So Martin Van Riel's never been to the island. Maybe the only reason to go. And the other two that are going prove my point. It's a terrible idea.
Rudy Von Berg's out there right now.
All right, sorry, there's three of them. Proves my point. A terrible idea. I mean, what are they going out for? A Mensa convention? Like, no way.
They want to try out the best acai bowl place. Go to Umeke's every day and just see what it's like.
We just want to confirm it's an out and back, Mark. That's what we'd like to do. We'd like to confirm that you go out and you come back. That's what
on the fourth attempt, remembering to come back.
Yeah,
got it this time.
We'd like to go out and back.
I think they're wanting to practice the 20-meter draft rule out there is what they're really out there for.
That was you could have listed any name as I was going to make that same cheap dig. So please don't take that personally, Sam.
All right, what about the men's side? Let's talk about the men's side a little bit for T100. Do we have any men besides Mika Newt that's like, this person's a T100 athlete?
Hayden, Rico Bogan.
Yeah, but Hayden's not, because Hayden's going to race a bunch of short course.
Yeah, Hayden's going for that Olympic slot again. So
this is why it shouldn't be an Olympic sport, because it ain't a sport that anyone actually focuses on exclusively.
What's very interesting, and I'm gonna go a little sideways on this right now, and here's an opportunity I think for triathlon that I didn't see as a negative. So it's been discussed quietly, not so quietly, that for the Winter Olympics, cyclocross and cross country could become an Olympic sport, right? Huge opportunity for both those sports. They're going to share the venue. Now, what came out this past week was that, yep, it's very likely that it will become an Olympic sport. However, the IOC's not giving either of those groups any money to conduct it, right? And so is there a world where the T100 could say, hey, look, we want to become an Olympic sport, but we're not going to take any money from the IOC? Now, I don't think that's what they want to do, but it would still help them in their process to be able to say they're an Olympic sport.
That was a hot take, Pat. You've just sandbagged the absolute theme with some really we were just ranting and slagging off athletes, and you've come in with like a really insightful and intelligent observation.
The timing of that was not perfect, but it was relevant to
It's
what
true.
we were speaking to.
You're right. That's actually a really interesting option.
So that could be a little door opener there. I just go back to and think on the men's side, right? We're going to see to win this thing Hayden will still have some time to float around and get to kind of mess with short course, in my opinion, and come in and go, okay, here's the 3 World T100s I want to win, and I'm going to come win the grand final. Boom.
Totally agree.
He'll get to do that. He has the most amount of flexibility in his schedule. Could somebody like Morgan Pearson, who won in Dubai, do a few more T100s and also still poach some Olympic distance short course races? I think so.
I think Morgan's a really interesting name because I think he was the most improved for me last year. Like at the T100, his position and stuff, his kit looks great now. His riding improved tenfold. His running is really exceptional. It's, he's the only one we could really, I think, can come off the bike. If he can come off the bike with Hayden, can actually challenge Hayden. I think they're the 2 most interesting names.
Would we say he's the number 1 runner in the sport of triathlon?
Maybe.
I mean,
what about the number 1 swimmer in this? What about the number 1 swimmer in the sport of triathlon?
Jesus. I'm not playing. You're trying to go.
You're trying to bait us. You're trying to bait us.
Right. That's Sam Askidoran.
That's what he is on the rankings. He's the number 1 swim and runner in the sport. He's doing aquathon this year. He told me already.
Here's a pain point that's going to be for deciding who the T100 athlete is and not. On the men's side, the women's side, not as much, but on the men's side, you got the same weekend as Singapore and the WTCS race in Uzbekistan. The same weekend as also the T100 race in San Francisco and the WTCS in Italy. So those right there, you already have to make a decision on which one you want to do. And then you go down to the end, and that Frejus race for the men is sandwiched in between the grand final and Karlovy Vary.
And, of course, Hayden doesn't have a 70.3 Worlds podium. Well, he does, actually, doesn't he? He doesn't have a title.
Doesn't have a slot.
So if he wants that, Nice is the perfect course for him. He's got to qualify for it. He's got to do it. So that's 2 races. Then he has to do 3 plus the grand final. I can't use the finger. I can't even count on my fingers. So that's 6 races to do those 2. And then how many short course does he do? 4? 10 races?
I'm going to tell you who loves that problem for Hayden.
Alex E.
Matthew Hauser.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that this is the year Hayden still has time and space. This is the year that Hayden goes, I'm going to win the T100 World Series again, or the whatever they're calling it, World Championship again, Triathlon World Tour. I'm going to win that. I'm also going to win 70.3 Worlds. And I'm going to do the bare minimum to just keep and hold my place in short course. And then in 27, I'll probably flick over to a more focused version of that.
And of course, he's from New Zealand. His slot is that's not the problem, right? Yeah.
What was that one older guy that we used to talk about that used to do like he could win them all? He's from Norway. Oh, Christian. What is he doing now?
He's just faking VO2 max results to plug some product that he's probably got a stake in. What's it called? Plasmade. So he goes to the most dodgy calibrated VO2 max treadmill in the world, bangs out a world record there, and Aaron Royal called this perfectly. And about 2 weeks later, there's a YouTube video that's a heavily plugged advert for Plasmade. Yeah. Do you know what? I need some willow bark or something, isn't it? It's made of ash bark. Go and lick an ash tree. Get on the treadmill. You'll be flying.
And you wonder, Mark, why you were voted most favorite on the podcast. So
my favorite part about it is that KB's going to be with Mark in a week or two, and he's going to be so excited to see each other. They're both are going to be so excited to see each other.
I absolutely love KB because he'll just
Oh,
listen to this and
man.
laugh because he's actually got a sense of humor.
He's like the only thing that would have made it good is if you would have just read off my discount code, and then we'd have been set.
Yeah, they're true. Should we do it? What's his discount code?
We'll get it to you by the end of the show.
I'm going to say it. I would love to see KB back at a T100.
Me
Yeah.
too.
But I'd love to see him one where his heart's in it and he's going, dang it, I want to try and win this thing, like we saw in Milwaukee in 23, whatever it was.
I think the difference is so big between Ironman and T100. You can do it 70.3. I just think that extra bit of speed is just that gap makes it too hard to do both perfectly.
And can
I
we
just
see
don't.
Can we keep?
I don't
Casper
see
in one?
KB coming down and competing with Hayden.
Can we see
And
Casper?
No, I just don't think. I
No.
think he's even less likely. I think he's more of an efficient athlete, possibly. I don't know.
I think if KB was all in on short course, I think him and Hayden would be an incredible battle at T100. I just don't know if that's the case with like what Mark said doing Ironman. I don't know. Next year though, T200.
Right. Shall we move on?
The second we get some inside info, we'll let you all know.
I don't.
The minute we get the inside gossip from T100, we're releasing it. So just stay tuned.
All right. Are we moving up to, what do we want to move up to now? World Triathlon? World Series? Ironman? All right.
Oh, yeah, no.
All right. The Ironman series in general, obviously with all the different, 18 some odd races, and then with the two pinnacles being 70.3 World Championship and Kona. This has been a very hot topic to a lot of the pros that I've talked to. How many of them are like, well, I'm not going to 70.3 Worlds, I'm just going to do Kona?
I had all of them.
I don't think many. I don't think as much as anyone thinks. I mean, Taylor Nibb, I guess, would be a little question mark, but other than that, anyone who's not going to 70.3 Worlds probably ain't going to win it. So it don't matter anyways.
You think you need to do 70.3 Worlds to win the Pro Series now?
I think the only person that's shown they don't would be Kat, right? She's won with pretty big margins. And she did it last year. She DNF'd in 70.3 Worlds and still won it pretty comfortably.
Yeah.
So you can, because it's only a 500-point difference. I think the problem with it is that you still have to do the other race, right? So you still have to do two other 70.3s. So you have to plan not to do it early or have that backup. So they make the plan not to do it. But then I don't think anyone that wants a series is afraid of those extra races. I think they think they're the sort of athlete that needs races and races well off lots of races, like Solvi did last year, like Kat does, like Christian, like the boys, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 in the final, they're the athletes that can race. That's why they win the series. So they will race. I don't think anyone's doing the series that needs to duck races a month out, because you're not then built to do a series, is my take on it.
Yeah. I guess it's, from people that I've heard of, it's on the other side of the world, and it kind of falls in a weird spot of the calendar, I guess. I don't know.
So you're talking about Americans, basically, that like to race within 45 minutes.
A little bit of both.
There's also going to
be a little bit of both.
But I would say too, Mark, there's going to be plenty of Europeans that potentially are going to be based in Europe or want to get to Kona earlier, right?
It's still a month.
Yeah.
I think what I agree with you is people focusing on Kona won't do 70.3 Worlds, but people doing the Pro Series in Kona will, is my prediction.
Okay. So you think that there's a split here of people that are going to focus on Kona?
The Laidlows, the Lucy Charles, if she's back, the Laura Phillips, they might not do 70.3 Worlds if they're going to focus on Kona. But the Solvigs, the Norwegians, the Cat, these people actually going for both, they will, is my guess.
Okay, so Mark, here's my question to that. If 70.3 Worlds was that exact same weekend, but it was in St. George, Utah, would there be more professionals at it that are doing Kona or less?
I think also too you need to work into the equation is the course. I think that there's some insecurity around the course. I think you have some athletes that are insecure. Sorry.
Yeah. No.
Sorry, I shouldn't say insecure. That's the wrong term. The course doesn't favor them. They're like, I'm not a good climber. I've raced there. I've done a 70.3 Worlds there, and I've done a World Championship there. I didn't do good neither times. I don't like the course. It's not my course.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess one person that might do the series that won't do that is maybe Patrick Langer. Because he gets, that's not his course. Even though he came second, I say that, he came second in the Ironman World Champs there.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. He actually climbs really, really well, so I don't know why I say that. So I get you, would more people do it if it was in St. George? One or two. Like a couple.
Yeah.
You might, but the people you're going to get are the people that we talk about a lot that won't impact the podium. Lionel, Sam, people like that. Really big names. But unless they do a bank of riding in Europe on those downhills, etc.
Really big names.
Sam again.
Hold on. Really big names that live 3 hours from the course and can drive there.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
They're the two guys that would show up.
Trevor Foley, he's going to come as well.
Okay, then I'm gonna throw a little bit of a wild card in there for like a name that we're going to talk about. That's I would say almost like reinvigorated by the 20-meter rule. Does Cam Wurf do the Ironman Pro Series and become a little bit more of a factor in these races at 20 meters, given the split that we saw from him at Ironman Texas? He got 7th at Kona the last time he raced there.
I'd say.
So why is everyone afraid to bag on Cam? We all really like Cam, but grow some balls, boys.
First off, no. Cam, I don't know what has Cam ever even got top 5 at a 70.3? No.
Sorry,
offense.
I didn't mean for 70.3. I was kind of going back to the overarching series, right? And to somebody,
Cam would have to really cherry pick and race that end of June, early July 70.3s that people are kind of in their Ironman builds or whatever to bag some points to do good in the series. So I bet Cam has some incredible Ironmans.
I could see him doing it, Pat, and I could see him doing really well because he can race 8 times. He could race 3 70.3s and then just take his best scores. He's good in Kona.
I think
the biggest question mark for Cam is his swim back. Because we've seen him swim amazing and we've seen him not swim amazing.
Look, I think you think about Cam, the other two names that pop into my head for this series, right? You go Christian Hogenhaug and Leon Chevalier. Are those going to be two names that we're talking about more this year?
Leon has he had a real bad year last year. I don't know if I'm forgetting one result that saved it, but from what we expect from Leon, it was a real bad year. Because I think he's an absolutely brilliant athlete and he's done supremely well in Kona. I think Hogenhaug is better for the series than Leon because he's been on the podium twice, right? He's an absolute baller. The guy is consistent and excellent.
Yeah, I think so. Leon didn't have the year that he would have aimed
he was a run split away from winning Swansea, but this is a guy we've talked about that it's always come in late. He's lights out in Kona.
And now all of a sudden the ride has become a very different dynamic that goes back to favor him a little bit more, right?
Because his ride in Kona 2 years ago was unbelievable.
Insane.
Solo,
right? And even
absolutely
even the
unbelievable.
Even the year before.
Yeah.
So when I'm thinking about the series, I'm thinking about some of those guys that were placed a little bit differently before. I mean, I'm even going to throw Kyle a bone here. Trevor Foley. Is this a guy we talk about a little bit more in 26 with respect to the Pro Series?
Second fastest bike split through 111 miles.
But there's that 90-degree corner in Kona. That's tricky. And I'm pretty sure Nice has a few of those,
He's not doing Nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, I think Trevor Foley will do really well because I think he probably learned some lessons last year. I think he's going to have a really good season.
Even to Leon Chevalier, though, I think that chatting with him, he's kind of dabbled a little bit in the T100 series and just a little chasing money a little bit. I think if he focused on the Ironman Pro Series, I think he's one that could definitely go in the top 5. I mean, definitely a weapon in Kona when he hits it right. Really good at 70.3s if he focused on that. I mean, that guy could be a weapon and make some good cash.
I'd say we talked about quite a bit of the men's side of the Pro Series. What do you guys think about, well, before we move on, Martin Van Riel, Jonas Schoenberg, Nick Thompson, people that were top 10 at Nice last year?
I don't know. We should follow up with Martin Van Riel on his post that he put out from last year, because it sounded like he was going to do all Ironman Pro Series this year.
What does that mean? What are you talking about, Talbot?
Do you not remember his Instagram post he put out?
Oh, after Dubai?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. He said, yes. Got it. When Martin Van Riel went absolute scorched earth on T100, and now he's just, we're going to come back to the Women's Pro Series as a full. Let me just finish Waterfall. And now he put out a post saying, shall I drop into some T100 or do Ironman? I'm surprised he's going back to T100 after that.
He's a wild man.
Right. He can make some good cash.
Women's Pro Series, then let's do those Ironman athletes that won't do the series, that will just drop in for a World Champs. What do you reckon Women's Pro Series?
I think, in my opinion, the problem with Kat and the Pro Series is she doesn't have an option because her husband will force her to do it. So they can make another $250,000.
He will massage the schedule.
Yeah. So it doesn't matter. Kat's doing the series. Either way.
Have you seen A Beautiful Mind? That is Mark at the board doing the locations, the flights.
Mark's like, the Ironman Pro Series are the only races that work on your calendar.
Yeah, I've been through every option, and I've been through every option, and the only thing we can do is Pro Series, babe. I promise. I promise. Yeah, so all right, Kat, you got Kat for the Pro Series. Obviously,
look, she was she's hands down the most dominant, athlete in the series. Again, we'll be going for a three-peat in the Ironman Pro Series. We saw last year Solveig Lofseth come in and have a real statement about how she feels about that series and where she's going to be, and so I think that's an obvious one to look at as well, right? After that, you've got somebody like a Jackie Herring who's been in the top 5 both times.
Hannah Berry, Lottie Wilms. They're both starting their series down under, but then you've just got the big hitters. So I think it's going to be Kat v Solveig, and then I think you'll have some of the others unless they have scorchers. But the other big women fall into that category of like they're going to target Kona, and they're not going to do the series. And by that I mean Taylor Knibb,
Lisa Purder,
Lucy
for sure.
Charles.
Lisa Purder, I think, is the outlier here because she's someone who's podiumed at T100s, podiumed at 70.3s, podiumed at Ironmans and Kona. She was what, 4th?
I think 5th. I think
4th or 5th, 4th or 5th last year. Yeah, 5th last year. So you got someone like that she definitely can throw her hat in the ring. She's already got a Kona slot, so she can kind of just sit here and go for broke this year racing the Pro Series.
Yeah, but then is she going to do the Pro Series? Because if she'd already got a Kona slot, why would she do another 2 before it? But then why not, I guess? I think she's one that if Solveig or Kat take their eye off the ball in one race, drop a load of points, like Lisa's the one I think that's super dangerous to pick up on it.
So the matchup, basically what we're talking about here is we're talking about matchups at different Ironman Pro Series races. So like Texas now is turning into what we thought New Zealand was going to be. Texas is going to be stacked from the men's side. 8 of the top 10 from from Nice supposedly are racing. And then the women's side, you got Kat, probably Lisa Purder, probably Solveig. So you got 3 people who are probably going to be maybe Hannah Berry.
Probably Taylor Knibb. I don't know. But she's not on the New Zealand start list. If she wants to do Kona, is she going to wait for Lake Placid? We know she doesn't really like to travel to race too much. So we could see Taylor there as well, in which case Texas turns into an absolute ripper.
Yeah. So Texas on the women's side, I mean, it's basically going to be, I'm not going to say that it's going to decide the Pro Series for the women, but those are valuable points that whenever you start looking at the calendar, you're like, well, you're going to run into the situation that you had last year with all the Norwegians racing all the same races and just sparring all year.
But then you're being nice and not making the obvious point. If Kat's doing New Zealand and Geelong, which she is, and then 4 weeks later rolling into Texas against those girls,
she's going to be tired.
Is she going to get an absolute kicking and lose loads of points? That's the big risk.
Yeah, and I think what we haven't seen, the way that it fell, obviously, was like we haven't seen a massive points dump from somebody that was supposed to collect points at Kona, right? But could that happen this year where it's just like something weird happens, somebody has an app, like Laura Phillip does what she did in Nice in 24 and takes a bunch of points away from somebody else, right?
Well, it's more like the two athletes that dropped out in Kona, Taylor and Lucy, weren't in the Pro Series. And the next two that came through both were. But if it was one of those two dropping out, they'd have blown 80 grand.
Yep.
You know, like in one sitting, minimum, because they wouldn't have had second Ironman scores. That would have probably cost them 140 grand to drop.
Yep.
Yeah, and you do need to look at someone like Hannah Berry and Danielle Lewis. With the 20-meter draft rule, they should historically perform even better in the ranking system. Also, not only that, Hannah Berry snuck into the top 10 last year with only 3 races. She didn't even do the full amount. So she did the World Championship, Cairns, and 70.3 Geelong.
I think, you're right. But at the top, there's like, I saw some
it
stuff
is a
online.
big jump. It's like 8,000 points, but still, if Hannah Berry could get into the top if she did all 5 races.
Definitely. But we'll know after New Zealand. We'll know by next weekend. Did she come really close to the win and score loads of points, or does she drop 1,000 points? And that's the nice thing about knowing what races people are going to do.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Right, should we hit some outsiders, people that we haven't talked about in the series but are going to come through to race Kona? And the names I think of straight away, Stan Laidlow.
Yep.
He's going to stamp his ticket somewhere early this year. He's not having the nightmare start to the year. He's running a marathon soon in Barcelona. He's not having this shocking start that he had before. I imagine then he'll go and do an Ironman maybe sometime around Texas and then qualify for Kona there. Does he just do Roth again in Kona? I don't know.
I could see him doing like a Lanzarote Roth.
Lanzarote, South Africa?
I don't think he'd go out to South Africa.
Him and Jamie Riddle are boys. He's 100%.
Yeah.
I could see...
I think the reason Sam Laidlow would go to South Africa is to absolutely batter Jamie Riddle and make sure he doesn't win. That's why I think Sam Laidlow will go.
That's fair. And that's the same weekend as Texas. So it's not like... I mean, he just has to validate anyway. So
Sam's so good at peaking. You know, he's just doing a load of running to try and get his run game up nearer the Norwegians. So he knows his bike game won't be as dominant as it often needs to be. So why would he go to Texas? Maybe he does something else in Europe. I don't know.
Do you not think, though, that he's more confident? I would say his ego now is like, I would say his ego. Oh my gosh, Caden Lieto jumps in.
He's gonna say now that. I mean, I think if you're Sam Laidlow, you're sitting there going, okay, I clocked a 3:57.
Yeah, I'm going to go marathon.
Marathon in Barcelona?
No, he's going to say, look, I'm going to pace it now this year. I'm going to do a 4:01 on the bike, and then I'm going to jog it in with a 2:42 marathon.
Oh, I think he's super confident for Kona. With the 20 meters, definitely. But I think he's not. I don't think he's going to go and race the Norwegians in Texas for the sake of it.
100% no. No, I think he's going to phone it in with an 8:30 Ironman somewhere, easy, and then he's going to be all eyes on Kona.
Yeah, fair.
I think we're just going to see little blips of Sam. We're going to see something like what he did in London. We're going to see that, but it's not going to be at a race that's going to be like give us total clarity.
Yeah. And what about a?
I don't see anyone else really. Lionel's doing it all. I mean, Lionel's doing the Pro Series, so.
Is he?
No, he says he's not
I know.
targeting it, but he's going to do a couple races that aren't in the Pro Series.
I think
So remember all that shit you gave Lisa Charles about ducking. Lionel's specific target is to do some races that aren't in the Pro Series.
No, no. He's doing the. How do I say this?
Come on, break it. Just break the news.
Just do
Come
it.
on.
No. It's not even that. It's just that Pat will know what I'm talking about. All of the races he said he's doing are all Pro Series races, but there's one thing of Lionel saying he's doing a race, and there's another thing of him actually doing the race. So I don't know what the hell races he's doing. Yeah. So, but he's. I think Lionel's schedule is he's going to do Dallas, Texas this year, Oceanside, Texas, Happy Valley, Lake Placid, and Kona. So that's 2 and 3. So that's Pro Series.
That's all.
I will still go on. Sorry, go on.
That's all Pro Series races. So he's technically doing Pro Series.
Yeah, cool. And I think because the way he races 70.3, because I will never live down that show where Oceanside was coming up. Lionel had zero chance of winning it because all 3 Norwegians were there. You, Patrick Langer, and everyone was like, Lionel will win it, which was a stupid call. I stand by you all being horribly wrong. And then somehow he pulled it off. And I looked like a complete idiot.
Last year,
I can't believe that Kyle got us onto the base and we were able to throw the glass on the ground.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
I mean, without that, I don't know how it would have happened.
But actually, so Lionel, because I don't want to get on the Lionel hype train, but he will bank in super good 70.3 results. He's one of the best 70.3 athletes that's ever lived. He can race an Ironman, but do I think he will do 2 or 3 Ironman this year consistently well? No, I think he's shown he'll have a meltdown in one, maybe.
And the issue is going to be there's going to be a gap. He's going to be 500 points short from not going to Nice, right? And on the men's side, it's just frankly too close.
That'll be pretty tight.
What is that, like 8 minutes or something? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's just you
I mean, KB won by 800 points last time, so.
That's Christian Blumenfeld. He came second in both World Championships, and he won the other 2 Ironman and the 70.3 he did. Like, it was an unbelievable season.
Yeah.
Right, one person we haven't talked about, because I don't think we know enough, is Lucy Charles.
Yeah, because she had her surgery. If you didn't see on her YouTube channel, she had surgery where she removed a tendon from her calf, causing issues. So,
my understanding is that tendon is it's a bit like your appendix. You don't really need it. It's like an evolutionary thing. But I also understand that is the injury and the surgery Lisa Norden had. And if we all remember, Lisa Norden sprinted for an Olympic gold, narrowly missed it. And then after this surgery, essentially never ran well again. Like one of my favourite people, but that's true. I don't know if they were linked. So I don't know what the prognosis is. I'm sure she'll be absolutely fine, but I have no idea how long it will take to come back, because there's often a root cause to that injury, that why you need it removed as well. Yeah. And without any granularity, my prediction for her season is she will stamp a ticket somewhere like Lanzarote. Reese will claim it's a premier event, and then she'll maybe do 1 or 2 T100s, and she'll go to Kona fighting fit. But I don't know, right? And I don't know if any of you have any insight.
No.
What if she goes to Roth, too? I mean, she's one of those people who could maybe not focus on the Pro Series and maybe do some of those.
So, I mean, announcing today, right, after this goes out, Kat's going to race Roth, Laura's going to race Roth. I mean, Laura Phillip hasn't announced, but she's bound to, right? They've just announced German. Kat racing Roth. So this brings us on, let's just go Roth. Where does that fit in this year? We talked about it. It's likely to have a huge start list. This is why I mentioned it. You know, I'm pretty sure Laidlaw is bound to go and do it. He loves it. I reckon you're going to get... If they're throwing the money at Kat, Laura, these big women to go and do it, I reckon they've got to be throwing some money on the men's side.
Yeah.
KB, the Norwegians?
I'm going. I reckon KB's doing it.
Yeah.
I think he's crazy enough.
He loves racing, and he's one of those athletes that he can race a lot and not have issues.
It would be fun, because if he does that, him and Kat are both doing New Zealand, another race. I think he's doing Oceanside, Kat's doing Geelong. They're doing Texas. They'll do Roth. They'll do Nice, and they'll do Kona. So I get to see KB at 7 races probably this year. So I hope he does. I need,
Yeah.
I need to get my I need to get my plasmade delivery off him. Actually,
I think Roth fits in for your athletes like Kat and KB, who can race a fair amount. The athletes that are maybe just focusing on Kona and not focusing on Pro Series,
yeah, agree.
or the athletes that are robust enough that they can do all of those, or your
I mean, it's still a
athletes,
gamble.
or your athletes that are like, I'm going to focus on T100, but I want to do an iron distance race that I don't care about qualifying for Kona.
You should have seen me trying to work out Roth into that Rainman schedule once I saw the financial offer from Roth and trying to convince Kat it was the only way. I was like, we're flying through there. So essentially you're stopping here. And you actually need a big brick session at this point in the season. So we should just double it up with Roth.
You're like, we're going to be in Noosa, and Roth is on the way to Kona. So you're going to go right by it. You know what I mean? So you might as well.
And Germany's lovely that time of year. I have to go for the podcast.
It's a wetsuit swim. It's a wetsuit swim. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
I've heard some rumors about Roth, and I've heard that you definitely want to go if you're in the region, because there's going to be something pretty wild.
There's another female athlete that we have not talked about that has won on the Big Island before. Chelsea Sodaro. What does the season kind of look like for someone like that?
Definitely a struggle for her last year. I think that she was doing a lot of things.
Sorry, I honestly thought you were opening up with, Carl said, what does the season look like for her? And you went, definitely a struggle.
It's going to be, I think, no. Her last year's season was a struggle, but I think that she's rallied her troops, got her team together, figure out what she's going to do. And, I mean, we'll see this year. I could see her starting off at a Oceanside or a Dallas, and then potentially in Texas. I know she wanted to start Texas last year. She got sick just days before the race. Was not fluke. I mean, we went to go Filbert, was really, really sick. So
yeah,
I think
she
that
was proper,
yeah. So I think it was just maybe one of those off years, but we'll see. Another good athlete. Go for it.
For the Pro Series. She should do a Pro Series. She's super good at 7.3, like real good. She's American-based, so she can sweep up like basically the whole series without leaving. She's one that should just drop Nice, don't bother. Do a second race in the US. Just Pro Series it from home, not having to travel far away from the family. She's an incredibly good Ironman athlete. She's not just had that one Kona result. She's had a couple of other really good Ironman results.
Yeah, third at Ironman Nice 2 years ago.
Yeah. Like for me, she's a real. We should have covered her maybe in the Pro Series, but we just don't know if she's going to do it. She's dangerous at it.
Yeah. Another athlete that has vanished from the face of the planet. We don't know if he'll be back or not. Still don't know his whereabouts. We could probably check with Jack Kelly. Max Newman.
Yeah, podium in Kona, right?
Yeah. He was abducted by aliens in the outback.
4th place in Kona.
Oh, yeah. Then he's gone.
He was abducted
aliens are true from what we're hearing. We got Obama saying it. We got so they're real.
It happens. Max Newman, I'd say he doesn't focus on the Pro Series, does maybe some local stuff down in Australia, probably does Ironman Cairns, qualify for
How
Kona
is he
there.
getting right? Come on. How is he getting a mention?
He's
I know Talbot's just brought him in. Boys, he won't listen to this. I don't think he has a mobile phone, so I don't mind saying it. No.
That was us trying to say every single pro athlete's name possible.
Yeah,
Freddie Funk, like he's going for Kona. He deserves more of a shout and a mention, especially for the fan base he's got, than Max Newman. So we'll see how good he is in New Zealand.
Yeah.
Let's look at
Should
Freddie
we haven't said his name once. Should we mention Yella, or we just count him out for the year?
No,
he's doing Texas. He's doing Texas.
Is he actually doing Texas?
Yeah, he's qualifying for Kona. He's mentioned it on his YouTube video. He's doing Texas, going to qualify for Kona.
Because he was going to do New Zealand, right? But that was a bit soon. So now he's going to do Texas instead.
Okay, he could impact the pro. Is he going to do? Is that a pro? Is that a not pro series though?
I don't believe he was doing Pro Series.
He could go and do Geelong,
Frankfurt,
win that.
Only by 5 minutes or so.
I mean.
Yeah, like ridiculous.
This is a guy that could do a couple races, and then all of a sudden his season could evolve, and he could become somebody that's going to come in for the Pro Series.
Because really, all he has to do is decide to do that second Ironman before Kona. If he absolutely romps Texas, if he goes to Texas and rolls KB in his first Ironman, those blinking lights of 200 grand plus the 28 grand plus bonuses for Frankfurt must start shining. You know, like that decision to go and do that other Ironman is suddenly like $250,000 decision.
Does Texas suit a course like Yella though?
Dude,
That's
doesn't
like
matter. He's performed everywhere.
Mate,
Yella
he's the guy
Yella
that
can
crashed
ride a
his
bike.
Yeah, he crashed his bike in 70.3 Worlds, then got off it and repaired it, and still got off the bike with the front group in 70.3
And he had one gear, just so we're clear.
Yella's
the guy
schedule,
is an absolute weapon.
Yella's schedule, 70.3 Geelong, because he won last year, so he's trying to defend. I believe it was Ironman Texas, and then Nice, Frejus, Kona.
Dude,
but what I just realised is his podcast is getting quite good, so fuck Yella. I hope he has a terrible season.
Yeah, same here. Now that I think about it, Aaron's not even racing anymore, so we shouldn't even mention his name either.
Don't listen to that.
He's racing. He's racing.
No, Yella and Aaron's podcast is absolutely excellent. I think Yella's going to have a banging year, and I really hope he does the Pro Series because it gives KB and the Norwegians an actual challenge. No offense to the rest of the guys racing, but Yella's the sort of athlete they need to race.
One more
Unless
name
he ends up just walking half a marathon, by the way, because he can't do the distance. We don't know that yet.
We keep saying one more name we didn't mention, but Kyle Smith, who's doing his local race, Ironman New Zealand, he's a weapon at the middle distance and at Ironman distance, so he's definitely a name to watch for sure.
Yeah, I look forward to because Kyle will get off the bike with the likes of KB and that, and then it's just how he can string together the second half of the marathon.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do we see the likes of Kate, Georgia Taylor Brown, any of them just completely come out and shock the world to do sign up for an Ironman this year?
I don't.
Or
Kate Woff
is it not at
Kate
all?
Woff said to me, "No, not yet," but she wants to do one day.
What
Georgia
about like
Taylor
an
Brown.
Ash Gentle? Any of them?
There's going to
Maybe
be somebody
Ash.
we're not thinking of. There's going to be somebody we're not thinking of.
Jess Learmoth, probably. She would.
Ellie Salthouse, never done an Ironman. Paula Finley.
Paula's
Come on
wanting
now.
to do one. Paula was good at doing New Zealand. I think she's going to do Texas, isn't she?
Like, I think Paula could do great at the Ironman Pro Series.
I
Be
think she's doing
phenomenal
Texas.
at it.
I think
She
I
should
can't remember.
do the pro. She should focus on the Pro Series this year, just given how how many races you can do in North America.
Oh, yeah.
But she's never done an Ironman. It's hard to I'm not saying she shouldn't and couldn't because of that. It's very hard to wrap your head around. Okay, this year I'm going to do my first Ironman. I'm going to do the whole Pro Series. You know, like it feels like too many steps. But once you've done one, so if she does Texas and does well, then you're suddenly like, oh, that was all right.
All right.
Yeah.
So,
All right, come on.
World Triathlon Series. Pat, do you
Yeah,
want to take this one or what?
I mean, sure. The big question marks for me this year are what the heck is Alex Yee going to do, and
He's doing the series. He's announced it.
and will Cassandra Beaugrand return to the greatness that we saw from her in 2024? Right. Those to me are the two big question marks. What's really open-ended about the series this year is there are 10 stops on the WTCS. So this is going to be some really open racing against the fact that there's T100 races at different times. So I think that this is, this is an interesting year. Olympic points, the Olympic chase will start after Yokohama. Yokohama's typically been an opener for that. This is going to change that out. I think, but ultimately, I think that'll be really exciting. For me, this is Matthew Hauser's series to lose.
Can I say something I'm a little disappointed about? I mean, it was pretty cool last year. You had WTCS and T100s on the same weekend. We don't have a single one of those this season.
Yeah, I thought there would have been more.
By year. They're just getting by this year.
Oh, yeah. That's a getting by year. So, Matthew Hauser, Vasco Velaka, Hayden Wild.
Yeah,
Hugo Milner.
Morgan Pearson. Oh, okay.
He just won. Last weekend, he won the British national cross-country champs for the first time in 14 years. That's actual cross-country as well. There was like mud and everything, boys, not just a big grass field. The guy's a weapon, I'm telling you, Hugo Milner.
Well, you guys lost.
I don't
Ben
really think
Dextra.
that,
Ben
by the way.
Dextra was like, "I'm out. I'm going to race for Netherlands." So
Yeah, I know.
That's crazy.
Alex Yee, what's he going to do? Let's give that a round. Like, we have to predict. Is he actually going to come back and do triathlon properly, or is he still running?
I believe he said he was coming back to triathlon properly.
He's coming down on the British Triathlon have this absolutely god awful thing where they've committed to a camp in Australia for like the next 4 years, and it honestly just feels like it's a holiday for the boys that coach. Like, they're coming all the way down here. The roads are terrible for riding on. They've got half their coaching team doing the first 6 or 7 days. They fly home, and another coaching team comes out to do the second half, and then go with them to some race. They're spending like 300 grand on it or something stupid. It's not like all the best places in the world to train for triathlon are basically an hour and a half away from the UK.
How's triathlon?
I don't understand it.
How's British Triathlon funded? The lottery? Is that right?
Lottery funding, yeah. All of the Olympic sports.
Hold on a second. I'm just trying to process a few things here. You're from the UK. You guys bagged 250K. You're in Australia right now. Kat's out working hard. You're out doing morning runs with Beth McKenzie and Belinda Granger. Is this not a holiday for you?
How dare you?
He's got it. At least he's doing a race in New Zealand afterwards.
I'm not actually doing a race either, am I?
But...
But we're racing down under. I am grafting down here. Also, their coaching team is like 7 staff per athlete.
That's crazy.
It's a really, really fair point, though, Talbot, and you've absolutely done me there. As if I could keep up with Belinda Granger or Beth, by the way.
Beth's like, yeah, I think we're just going to do a mile, 30 miles tomorrow. Do you want to join? And you're like, good.
They don't. They run 2 miles down the coast, get the photo in, and then they get back to the coffee shop. I'm not having it.
Who won the women's series last year? Was it Lisa Turch?
Yep.
So, like, is she the favorite again this year, or is Beth Potter now going to be fighting?
No, I think Lisa put her hand up as the favorite, and she's going to have to defend it this year. I think it's going to be the usual suspects on the women's side. I think Beth Potter will be up there a bunch. Cassandra Beaugrand, I think you've got Emma Lombardi. I think those French women are still going to be really good.
We need to see a return of Beth and Cass a bit to that dominating spot. If we're going to be citing those two as like favourites for 28. Because at the moment, it's the new crowd coming through that I look to more. The Lisa Turches, the other Germans, the Lombardi. Like, I don't know whether but did they just need a bit of an off year? You know, they built so hard for the Olympics. It went for Beth. It didn't. Sorry, for Cassandra. Didn't go quite right for Beth. Maybe they just had a bit of an easy year in the build.
I mean, I'm the most critical one of short course. It's always a boring year after the Olympics. Everyone's trying new things and all that, and then this year the drama starts. All the from everything from the GB girls to the US girls. Everyone starts throwing punches, so
I can't wait to get back into the Team USA drama in the build-up. There's always drama.
It's so good. It's so good. I can't wait. Either. It's fun. It's fun to track.
Hot
takes before I gotta go.
Yeah, the IRONMAN announced the freaking new rules for this year. That's freaking massive.
So
it's official.
We're 3 for 3 with Ironman. Can we call it? Can I just say it? We got 20-meter done, we got the broadcast done, and now we got Zippergate sorted. Do we have the clip of Mark calling Zippergate from the La Quinta podcast we did? Kyle, do we have that ready to rip?
Play that.
We'll pull it into this episode. But if you want to go back and re-listen to it, it's episode number 255 from December 8th.
So Mark called.
Play that clip now.
Yeah, so these rules have changed over time, and there's 2 separate ones, but there is one bit, right? So essentially, it's the uniforms with the front zipper may be zipped to any length, providing that the zipper should be connected at the bottom of the uniform at all times. There's 2 different forms if you're looking on the screen. Talbot will probably take you through those, but the actual rule that pertains to line or here. So the normal uniform zipper rules, if you violate that bottom bit, it's a 30-second or 60-second time penalty as applicable, half Ironman, and it's a disqualification if not remedied promptly. The last line of that rule is the uniform should be fully zipped when crossing the line. Now, of course, if you cross the line with it violated, you don't have a chance to remedy. So you automatically moves to a disqualification. The only thing that makes it slightly less forgivable by Lionel is it's one of those pointless, petty rules that in the pro brief, they say in every pro brief. And Lionel, I believe, acknowledged that himself. He said, we were told about this. This is my fault. So I think, in my opinion, it's a correct disqualification through an extremely stupid and pointless rule. And I think by them undisqualifying him, my belief is they just have to delete this rule immediately because it can no longer be applied.
How right was I?
That was unbelievable. I mean, Mark, you called it. So that was an easy one that they had to switch, right? I think the new rules that we saw, we got clarity on the passing. Great. We got
45 seconds
changed. Boom, done.
Oh, by the way, I love that. The way the age groupers interact with the pros, that's perfect. The way they've written those rules is absolutely perfect.
Yep.
Like they dealt with it really nice.
They put some heads together and made some really, really great decisions. So shout out to the Ironman team for the rules revisions on that.
Shout out to Jimmy Riccatello.
Jimmy, listen to the pros.
JR, he's
You the man.
Big JR fan right here, baby. Let's go.
We've always said it, boys. Always said it.
Also
for those
Mark
that don't
Graveler
know,
as well, who did all the aerodynamic testing and all that. But
for those that don't know, the zipper rule is now, it used to be a disqualification. Now it's just a time penalty, a warning first, and then a time penalty. So that's huge. You also can't wear the meta glasses. So
which impacts Joe Skipper drastically as well as Sam Long.
Yeah.
Were they upset by this?
All the Oakley athletes are probably pretty upset about
they're not. Like, I tell you, they're not. Like the big Oakley, the big ones, the Laidlows, the Cat, the whoever else, Cassandra's, like people like that, the ones that actually advertise it. No, Lucy's not. They're never racing in that. It's only the boys at the back that rely on YouTube that wanted to make some sick YouTube videos out of their Meta glasses. But why are people surprised? You're not allowed your mobile phone and you're not allowed headphones. Why on earth would you be allowed glasses with cameras and headphones built into them? Don't be dumb.
Amen.
No?
Amen. Amen to that. I think that's pretty much it as far as the rules are concerned. Some hot takes that we got submitted were Ironman would be more popular in the U.S. if they picked better locations.
I don't know enough. Carl, you're the one that went on a 20-minute rampage about where the 70.3 world should be by listing small American towns. What do you think?
I think that they have them in great locations. It's better locations now than they've ever been. Like, I remember going out to Benton Harbor, Michigan to race a 70.3. Beautiful place, but kind of hard to get to. There's not like an airport pretty close or anything like that. Like Dallas, the outskirts of Dallas is actually really nice where they're having this race in Little Elm. So I think until people, one, experience it, or two, race it, they won't really understand that this race in Dallas, which is what they're referencing, is actually like a really pretty part of Dallas. Some other people said KB doesn't win Ironman New Zealand. I don't know a world where that exists, but
right, that's the sort of take that I would make 12 beers deep at like the Texas pre-show. It's just a stupid thing to say.
It's possible, I guess, but
of course it's possible, but nah.
Yeah, I don't think you're flying across global Earth to compete in Ironman unless you're ready to win, just personally. But yeah.
But you called it a globe there. I had you pegged as a flat earther, Talbot.
It depends on the way you look at it. You know.
Shut up. Please don't do this to me.
All the other conspiracy theories have been right lately, Mark. You better watch out.
To be fair, they really have. Yeah, they really have.
Flat earthers are the ones just sitting there like, we're waiting on ours to come out. All right, the last hot take for this week is going to be the Norwegians have finally realized that it's not in their best interest to race each other all year.
There might be something to that.
I don't think so. They're all on the same program. I think it's just.
Did Gustav post that he was injured?
He was posting
Okay.
he rolled his ankle and was recovering. And Casper, I saw a photo of them out for dinner in Lanzarote, and Casper wasn't there.
Yeah, Casper's gone. Like not from the group. I FaceTimed him last week when I was in Disney World, and they were all happy together. Gustav's posted that he was injured. I don't want to speak for Casper, but they're all still together. So,
Casper told me
Okay.
he's starting the season in Oceanside and planning on Texas.
yeah,
Fine.
I think just a
I
little
mean,
delay.
it sounds like you know, and you're just respecting some privacy. So fine.
Yeah,
they're all still together. Cool.
They're
Yeah.
all still together.
They've
100%.
added someone to the group too, Marius, who's another Norwegian that already has a Kona slot. So
Wow.
But
Oh God.
before
1, 2, 3,
we
4.
wrap out the show, can hold on. I maybe I just never pay attention to this stuff. I guess, or maybe Winter Olympics. But isn't it crazy that you have a population the size of Norway and you just absolutely obliterate the world in gold medals and total Olympic medals for the Winter
they're
Olympics to
incredible.
close it out?
I mean, part of that was just Kleibo, the skier, doing most of the damage on his own.
Dude. That video, I think I've seen that video more than anything of him running up that hill. It was just like, it just looks like KB almost. They're just...
It's mad, isn't it? It's absolutely mad.
Just insane.
Right, Talbot, close us out.
Well, yeah. Hope everyone enjoyed the show. We're stoked to be back. We have lots of planned. We'll see you on next week's episode. Peace.